Welcome to English Story Lab, where we tell the world's most inspiring stories in clear and powerful English. Before we begin, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and turn on notifications so you do not miss our next story. Today, we begin the extraordinary journey of Lionel Messi, a quiet boy from Argentina who overcame physical challenges and became one of the greatest football players in history. The boy from Rosario. Long before the trophies, the crowded stadiums, and the millions of fans, Lionel Messi was simply a small and quiet boy from Rosario, Argentina. Lionel Andres Messi was born on June 24, 1987, into a close working-class family. His father worked in a steel factory while his mother worked in a small workshop. Football was everywhere in Rosario. Children played in the streets, parks, and dusty fields. For Lionel, football quickly became more than a game. He was smaller and quieter than most children his age. But when the ball reached his feet, everything changed. He became confident. He became fearless. And it was almost impossible to take the ball away from him. One of the most important people in his early life was his grandmother, Celia. She believed in his talent before almost anyone else did. She took him to local matches and encouraged coaches to let him play, even when they thought he was too small. Years later, after scoring goals, Messi often looked toward the sky and pointed upward in memory of her. At the age of 4, Lionel joined a local club called Grandoli. His father became one of his coaches, but Lionel's natural ability immediately attracted attention. He moved through groups of children while keeping the ball close to his left foot. He changed direction quickly and seemed to understand the game naturally. At around 6 years old, he joined Newell's Old Boys, one of Rosario's best-known clubs. There, he became part of a talented youth team. Messi scored many goals, and coaches began to realize that they were watching a special player. But away from the field, a serious problem was developing. Lionel was not growing at the same rate as the other children. When he was around 10 years old, doctors discovered that he had a growth hormone deficiency. Without regular treatment, he might never reach a normal adult height. The treatment required frequent injections and was expensive. Every night, Lionel had to inject medication into his body. It was painful and frightening, but he rarely complained. He continued to train. He continued to play, and he continued to dream. His family struggled to pay for the treatment. Clubs in Argentina admired his talent, but few were willing to cover the medical costs. Messi's dream was suddenly in danger. The boy who could escape every defender had found an opponent he could not easily defeat: his own body. Then an opportunity arrived from Spain. Through football contacts, Lionel was invited to have a trial with FC Barcelona. It was a huge decision. He was only 13 years old, and Barcelona was thousands of kilometers from home. There were no guarantees. The club could reject him, and the family could return to Argentina with nothing. Still, the Messi family chose to take the risk. In 2000, Lionel traveled to Barcelona with his father. During the trial, the coaches quickly noticed his control, balance, speed, and intelligence. Although he was smaller than the other players, his talent was impossible to ignore. Some Barcelona officials wanted to sign him immediately. Others were worried about his age, his treatment costs, and the fact that his family lived in another country. Weeks passed without a final decision. Then, in December 2000, Barcelona sporting director Carles Rexach met Lionel's father. There was no official contract available, so Rexach wrote the agreement on a paper napkin. That napkin became one of the most famous objects in football history. Barcelona agreed to sign Messi and support his medical treatment. For Lionel, it was the chance of a lifetime, but it also meant leaving Rosario behind. At 13 years old, he moved to Spain and entered a completely unfamiliar world. He was not yet a superstar. He was only a shy boy carrying an enormous dream. Barcelona had opened the door. Now Lionel Messi had to prove that he belonged there. But his greatest challenge would not be his height. It would be the loneliness, pressure, and sacrifice of growing up far away from home. And that is where the next part of his journey begins. Lionel Messi arrived in Barcelona with extraordinary talent and a powerful dream. He was only 13 years old, but he had already shown great courage by leaving Rosario and moving to Spain. Barcelona was a new world for him. The city, the language, and the people were different. Messi was naturally quiet and humble, but on the football field he expressed himself perfectly. At La Masia, Barcelona's famous youth academy, coaches quickly understood that he was special. He was fast, intelligent, creative, and incredibly calm with the ball. His close control, balance, and movement made him difficult to stop. Messi also worked very hard. He listened to his coaches, trained with discipline, and improved quickly. His rise through the youth teams was remarkable. At every new level, he continued to impress. In November 2003, at the age of 16, Messi played for Barcelona's first team in a friendly match. Even beside experienced professionals, he looked confident and comfortable. One of the players who supported him most was Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho was Barcelona's biggest star, but he welcomed Messi warmly and believed strongly in his talent. Their friendship became an important part of Messi's early career. In October 2004, Messi made his official league debut. A few months later, in May 2005, he scored his first official goal for Barcelona. Ronaldinho passed the ball over the defense and Messi finished with beautiful control. After the goal, he celebrated on Ronaldinho's back. It was a special moment and the beginning of a new era. Messi was also becoming important for Argentina. In 2005, he helped his country win the FIFA World Youth Championship and showed that he could shine on the international stage. At the 2006 World Cup, millions of people saw his talent for the first time. Back in Spain, Messi continued to improve. In 2007, he scored an unforgettable goal against Getafe. He moved past several defenders, rounded the goalkeeper, and finished brilliantly. The goal reminded many fans of Diego Maradona's famous goal in 1986. Comparisons with Maradona became common, but Messi continued to build his own unique style. He remained humble, focused, and determined. By 2008, he was no longer only a promising young player. He had become one of Barcelona's most important stars. Then Pep Guardiola arrived as head coach. Guardiola immediately recognized Messi's intelligence, technique, and creativity. He decided to build the team around him. The quiet boy from Rosario was now ready to lead one of the greatest teams in football history. And Lionel Messi was about to become the best player in the world. Pep Guardiola's arrival began a new era for Lionel Messi and Barcelona. Guardiola saw Messi not only as a talented young player, but as the center of a team that could change football. He gave him greater freedom and responsibility, allowing his movement, intelligence, and creativity to become even more powerful. During the 2008 to 2009 season, Barcelona played with remarkable speed and control. Messi formed an extraordinary partnership with Xavi Hernandez and Andres Iniesta, and together they created one of the most admired football systems in history. That season, Barcelona won La Liga, the Spanish Cup, and the UEFA Champions League. In the Champions League final against Manchester United, Messi scored a memorable header and helped the club complete a historic treble. Later that year, Messi won the first Ballon d'Or of his career. The award confirmed that he had become one of the greatest players of his generation. Under Guardiola, he often played in a central position known as the false nine. This role allowed him to move between midfield and attack, create space for his teammates, and appear in unexpected areas. defenders found him extremely difficult to control. His close control, balance, vision, passing, and finishing made him one of the most complete attacking players football had ever seen. Barcelona continued to dominate, and Messi continued to produce unforgettable performances. In 2011, the club once again faced Manchester United in the Champions League final. Messi scored another brilliant goal and helped Barcelona lift the trophy. His connection with Xavi and Iniesta became legendary. Their football was built on movement, patience, trust, and creativity. Messi could receive the ball in a crowded area, move past several defenders, and finish with remarkable precision. Every match gave fans the feeling that they might witness something special. At the same time, Messi developed one of the most famous sporting rivalries in football history with Cristiano Ronaldo. Both players competed for trophies, awards, and scoring records, and their rivalry helped define an entire era. Messi remained focused on his own game and continued to play with humility and consistency. In 2012, he reached another historic level and produced one of the greatest goal-scoring years the sport had ever seen. He broke records that had stood for decades and made extraordinary achievements appear almost normal. Messi's importance to Barcelona was not limited to goals. He created space, controlled attacks, and made the entire team more dangerous. He also became a leader through his performances. His teammates trusted him because they knew that one movement, one pass, or one finish could change a match. By 2015, Messi had formed another exceptional attacking partnership with Neymar and Luis Suarez. Together, they became known as MSN. Their speed, creativity, and understanding made them one of the most exciting attacking groups in football history. That season, Barcelona once again won La Liga, the Spanish Cup, and the Champions League, completing another historic treble. By this stage, Messi had become Barcelona's greatest goal scorer, one of its most successful players, and the symbol of an unforgettable era. For millions of fans, watching him was more than watching football. His movements looked natural, elegant, and almost artistic. But even after conquering club football, one great dream still remained. Messi wanted to achieve the same glory with Argentina. He had become the king of Barcelona, but his story with the national team was still waiting for its most emotional chapter. After becoming the king of Barcelona, Lionel Messi turned his attention to the dream that meant the most to him, winning a major trophy with Argentina. He had already inspired millions of fans with his performances for the national team, but international football brought a different kind of responsibility. Every match carried the hopes of an entire country, and Messi accepted that challenge with determination, loyalty, and pride. Argentina reached the Copa America final in 2015, with Messi once again leading the team through important matches. Although the trophy did not come that year, his commitment to the national shirt remained clear. 1 year later, Argentina returned to the final in the Copa America Centenario. Messi delivered excellent performances throughout the tournament and helped his country reach another major final. The result was not what Argentina hoped for, but Messi's passion for the team never disappeared. The disappointment of those years only made his journey more meaningful. Messi continued to return, continued to lead, and continued to believe that Argentina's moment would come. He understood that football greatness was not only about winning easily, it was also about showing patience, courage, and loyalty when the road became difficult. At the 2018 World Cup, Messi once again carried the expectations of Argentina. The tournament became another important chapter in his international career. Even when the team faced strong opponents, Messi remained calm, creative, and focused. He continued to represent his country with humility and respect, always searching for a way to help his teammates. At club level, Messi also continued to produce remarkable football. He scored extraordinary goals, created countless chances, and remained Barcelona's most important player. His free kicks, passing, dribbling, and finishing continued to amaze supporters around the world. Even as the team changed around him, Messi remained the symbol of Barcelona's identity, and the player fans trusted in the biggest moments. In 2021, an emotional change arrived. After more than 20 years with Barcelona, Messi left the club that had become his second home. His farewell was filled with gratitude, respect, and unforgettable memories. He had joined Barcelona as a 13-year-old boy and left as the greatest player in the club's history. His time there had included goals, trophies, records, friendships, and some of the most beautiful moments football had ever seen. Messi then began a new chapter with Paris Saint-Germain. The move gave him the opportunity to experience a different league, play with new teammates, and continue competing at the highest level. But during this period, his greatest achievement came with Argentina. In the 2021 Copa America, Messi led his country with confidence and maturity. He scored goals, created opportunities, and inspired the team throughout the tournament. Argentina reached the final against Brazil at the Maracanã Stadium, one of the most famous places in football. The final was intense, emotional, and unforgettable. Argentina won the match, and Messi finally lifted his first major international trophy with the senior national team. His teammates immediately gathered around him, celebrating not only the victory, but also everything he had given to the country over the years. The moment was deeply special. Messi had never stopped believing in Argentina. He had remained loyal through every challenge and had continued to return with the same passion. Now, at last, he had achieved the dream that had followed him for so long. The Copa America victory changed the story of Messi and Argentina. It was more than a trophy. It was a symbol of patience, leadership, and perseverance. Messi had shown that true greatness was not only found in talent, but also in the strength to continue after every setback. But one final dream still remained: the World Cup. At the age of 35, Messi prepared for Qatar 2022 with confidence, experience, and a united team around him. Many believed it could be his final opportunity to lift football's greatest trophy. The boy from Rosario had conquered Barcelona and finally celebrated with Argentina. Now he was ready for the most important chapter of all. Part 5. The Dream Completed. Lionel Messi arrived in Qatar in 2022, carrying the dream of an entire nation. Argentina began the tournament with an unexpected defeat against Saudi Arabia. But Messi remained calm and helped his team recover. Against Mexico, he scored a brilliant and important goal that changed the direction of Argentina's journey. From that moment, Messi led his country with intelligence, creativity, and confidence. Argentina defeated Australia, survived a dramatic quarterfinal against the Netherlands, and reached the final after an impressive victory over Croatia. Messi was now only one match away from completing his greatest dream. The final against France became one of the most unforgettable matches in football history. Messi scored twice, while Kylian Mbappé produced an extraordinary performance for France. After extra time, the winner was decided by penalties. Argentina remained composed, won the shootout, and became world champions. At last, Lionel Messi lifted the FIFA World Cup. The quiet boy who had left Rosario many years earlier was now standing at the highest point of world football. He was also named the best player of the tournament and completed one of the greatest careers the sport had ever seen. In 2023, Messi began a new chapter by joining Inter Miami. His arrival created enormous excitement in the United States and attracted new attention to American football. He quickly made an impact and helped Inter Miami win the league's cup, the first major trophy in the club's history. Later that year, Messi received his 8th Ballon d'Or, extending his record. His success with Argentina also continued when the team won another Copa America in 2024. Messi's story is not only about goals, records, and trophies, It is also about courage, discipline, patience, family, and the determination to continue believing. He showed that greatness does not always need to be loud. Sometimes it can be quiet, humble, and expressed through beautiful football. From the streets of Rosario to Barcelona, Argentina, Paris, and Miami, Lionel Messi created a journey that inspired millions of people around the world. Records may one day be broken, but his story will always remain unique. This was the extraordinary story of Lionel Messi, the quiet boy who followed an enormous dream and became one of the greatest football players of all time. Thank you for watching English Story Lab. Please like the video, subscribe to our channel, follow us, and turn on notifications so you do not miss our next story. What do you think about Lionel Messi and his incredible career? Do you believe he is the greatest football player of all time? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Until the next story, keep learning, keep dreaming, and never stop believing.